City University inside the Walker Center and brought to you by Mass Communications Department. I'm your host, Kayla McKenna, and today we have a very special guest, Maggie Bond, with us. So stay tuned to learn about Maggie and her extensive community service projects, some singing, and maybe even a few pageant tips along the way. We'll be back in about 30 seconds. Welcome back to Studio 22. Maggie, welcome to Studio 22.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Thank you for joining us. All right, so you are a student here at Oklahoma City University.
Yeah, I am.
What are your majors?
I'm a double major in a Bachelor of Arts in Music and a BBA in Economics.
Okay, so explain a BBA to me a little bit.
Oh, Bachelor of Business Administration.
Perfect.
Economics,
Perfect.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. All right, so tell me a little bit about yourself. You're from Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yes, I am from Tulsa. I'm born and raised in Broken Arrow, graduated from the high school there, and yeah.
Very cool. Mm-hmm. And what made you come to Oklahoma City University?
I originally wanted to perform on Broadway, but I soon discovered that I had other passions too, and that's why I added another major. But there's so much success here in the performance realm, and I wanted to go to a school that had really successful alumni because I knew that with that I could be successful too.
Very cool. And it was your choir teacher that kind of helped develop this passion for OCU.
Yeah, he graduated from here, in 1995, 2000, something around that time. And he had some teachers that are still teaching here today, and he really encouraged me to pursue music. He said that I had a talent for it, and so I decided to come here and pursue it.
Very cool.
Yeah.
All right, so before we get into all of your super cool pageant, community service stuff, we're going to play a little game. So
Okay.
I'm going to give you some questions, and we're going to kind of put you in some scenarios. So if you were stranded on an island, what 3 things would you bring with you?
Gosh, coffee, that's an essential. I need it in every aspect of my life. I think I would probably bring, this is going to sound cheesy, but my Bible, because you got to have something to read, and I don't want to read the textbooks that I have to read for my classes. Much rather read something that I enjoy reading. And then, does it have to be items?
Whatever you want.
Okay,
Yeah.
I would bring my best friend because I could not live on an island stranded by myself. If I'm going down, she's going down with me.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
I love it. All right. If you could have dinner with any famous person that's currently alive, who would it be?
Oh, gosh. Definitely, I love to laugh, and I love watching things that make me laugh. So I would definitely either have dinner with like Tina Fey or like Amy Poehler, because they are like these women comedians that I so like look up to, and I love to hear from them.
Right, might as well have both, right?
Right, exactly. Oh my gosh, the best pair in the world.
Oh yeah. All right, so we'll go ahead and get started with some of your community service stuff. So tell me a little bit about different community service projects you've done and opportunities you've had.
I first started working with people who live with disabilities. Well, I guess I should give some background on that. So I'm a quadruplet, and I have 2 brothers that live with disabilities. They live with autism, and so I started getting involved with Autism Speaks, and I helped lead a group during their buddy walk, because they have a special walk every year annually to raise money. So I raised funds for Autism Speaks, and we held that walk. And then I wanted to expand on that, because at first when I was younger, I wanted to perform. But as I came here, I discovered, okay, well, I have this passion to help the disability community. How can I do that with the things that I'm good at or the things that I thrive in? And I decided I wanted to expand past music and wanted to go into the legal realm because that's a huge need for people who live with disabilities. Yeah. So I want to go to law school eventually. But I thought to myself, okay, I want to go to a great law school. I want to do great things for this community. So I need to expand my knowledge on people who live with disabilities. Right. So I started doing extensive research on different disabilities, all different kinds. And so I started doing partnerships with different organizations like the National Down Syndrome Association, best buddies. We just started a chapter here, and it's an international organization. It's amazing, and it partners college students with people who live with disabilities in the community. So really awesome opportunity to get involved on an education platform.
Right, that's perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to hear so much more about that and a little bit more about specific realms and kind of your platform about pageants when we get back.
Don't think it's easy to be green. Audrey does it every day. Turn off appliances when they're not being used. Shut off the lights when you leave a room. Always recycle paper. Recycle plastic too. Today, Audrey did her part in helping OCU conserve. It's that easy. Have you done the same? Visit okcu.edu/bluegoesgreen for more information.
OCU is smart, fun, cute, driven, so busy, expressive, exciting. But you know this, you go here. OCU is my school.
The Stars in retreat. The shot goes up. Devasane comes out of nowhere, and another block for OCU. This guy's on fire. This kid owns OCU's record in blocks not only on the court, but off the court as well. Earlier today, he was busy crashing the boards. Just a rebounding machine. Even cleaning up the glass, giving a whole new meaning to garbage time. Devasane, MVP on the court, and keeping Oklahoma beautiful off the court.
A poster for this place. Could you tell me a little bit more about it?
Well, this is Print Start. We do printing, laminating, binding, basically any of those office needs.
My headshots are on here. Could you maybe print them out for me?
Sure, I'd be happy to.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much.
Welcome back to Studio 22. So we're going to get a little special treat, a musical song, Never Walk Alone, and Maggie Bond's going to perform that for us.
When you walk through a storm, hold your head up high, and don't be afraid of the dark. At the end of the storm is a golden sky and the sweet silver song of a lark. Walk on through the wind, walk on through the rain, though your dreams be tossed and blown. Walk on with hope in your
Great job, Maggie.
Thank you.
All right. So first off, did you perform this song in your last pageant?
Yes, I did. A recent local
Yeah.
pageant that I did. I performed Climb Every Mountain at Miss Oklahoma.
Okay, very cool. So when you're deciding what song you want to do, how do you kind of pick that?
Yeah, I actually do have a process for that. I love to sing songs that have a really inspiring message behind them, because I believe that, whenever you're singing a song, you want to inspire just as much as you want to entertain, and I am really a huge proponent of that.
Very cool. So that was kind of your reasoning for Never Walk Alone?
Absolutely. Yes.
Very
It has a
nice.
really powerful message that encourages people, and that's what I want to do.
Awesome. So how do you decide what parts of that song you want to choose to do?
I have a really incredible vocal coach who actually helps me choose the best cuts for the song, so that I'm choosing like the most powerful moments to share, because those are the best points not only to say but to sing too.
Right. Very cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when we get back, we will go ahead and make sure that we hear a lot more about Maggie and all her experiences.
The Stars in retreat. The shot goes up. Devasane comes out of nowhere, and another block for OCU. This guy's on fire. This kid owns OCU's record in blocks not only on the court, but off the court as well. Earlier today, he was busy crashing the boards. Just a rebounding machine. Even cleaning up the glass, giving a whole new meaning to garbage time. Devasane, MVP on the court, and keeping Oklahoma beautiful off the court.
Hey Oklahoma, this is our land. This is our pride. Our roadways that we travel, our lakes and parks that we love, our businesses that we build, our communities that we create. And that's why littering is not okay. This is Oklahoma, our land, our pride, and we must take care of it. So do your part and help keep Oklahoma beautiful.
Welcome back to Studio 22. So we just listened to Maggie Bond perform, which amazing job, Maggie.
Thank you.
So let's get back to your community service. With pageants, you have to pick a platform, correct?
Yes.
All right, so about what age do you start picking a platform for your pageants? Because I know they develop differently as you get older.
Yeah, well, you can stick with the same platform throughout the entire time you compete, and you have to choose a platform when you're a teen as well. You can start competing whenever you're 13, and I started competing when I was 16, and I competed the last year I could compete in teens, so this is sort of when I started developing my platform for disabilities, and it really, I think, hit a pinnacle point in this past couple of years, because I expanded on that too.
Yeah, so you've always done disabilities as your platform?
Well, at
Right.
one time I did a financial awareness platform, because there's so much financial apprehension in our young, students and individuals today, that I thought, okay, well, this is a really important topic to talk about, to offer resources for people like you and I, like post-graduation on how to handle our finances.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of apprehension with that, and so absolutely, yeah.
Very cool, yeah. I definitely think we could always use a little financial
I
help
think so,
after
too.
graduation.
Yeah, I definitely veered back to disability because I was like, nope, that's my passion.
Good, very
Yeah.
cool. And so we were just kind of talking about you wanting to go to law school after your undergrad. So tell me a little bit more about law and what you want to do with that.
I want to attend, I'm really shooting high here. I want to attend an Ivy League law school, very awesome school. Post-grad, I would love to obtain, through that, my Juris Doctorate, pass the bar, and through that process, I become an attorney. I would love to represent people who live with disabilities and sort of just be a strong voice for that community. But in a long-term dream, I would love to run for a political office, maybe, shooting even higher, like senator or president of the United States or something like that, just an influential position in politics, because that's the only way we're really going to enforce change in that community.
Very cool. Very cool. So your brothers are a huge reason why you chose to do this.
Absolutely. They are the driving force behind this. And I'm really blessed to be born into those circumstances of having brothers who live with autism, because it has culminated such a passion within me to dedicate my life to this service, because that is essentially what I'm doing. Through the legal services that I offer them, through everything that I do in my life, I want to use that to serve that community, to be a strong voice for that community, and essentially in the long run, make an effective change for that community.
Very cool. I love that. Yeah. And so you just actually recently started to kick off Best Buddies here at OCU. So kind of tell me about the process of getting that started and what made you now to get it started.
So I'm not the one who established the chapter here. A good friend of mine, Laura Lee, she established it. She went to a leadership conference, so she reached out to them. She went to a leadership conference that they held so that she could learn how to establish a chapter here on campus. And then she established the chapter here on campus, got a sponsor and a place to meet. And so we're just gathering people and peers and individuals who are interested in being a buddy to different people who live with disabilities, and just growing that program here on this campus right now.
Very cool. I love that. And it's kind of unusual, or not as common to have it in colleges, right?
Yes, that's another part of my platform. So a little bit about my platform and how it feeds into this. It's called the Solution to Inclusion, and one of the things that I want to do and what Best Buddies does is it includes people who have disabilities in an education atmosphere. And so we're trying to set this program up so that they can have kind of a college experience too, just not maybe through classes yet. So it's really cool.
Very cool. All right, well, we will be right back, and we'll get to experience what it's like to actually be a pageant girl a little bit.
They love me? They love me not. They love me. Love Mother Nature and let her and keep Oklahoma beautiful.
OCU is that open shot to a winning goal.
Countless rehearsals for one flawless routine.
Learning to serve before trying to lead.
Learning a language everyone can understand. OCU is
Me.
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 I'm OCU.
Welcome back to Studio 22. And so there's a lot that goes into being a pageant girl. So Maggie Bond is going to teach me how they walk, maybe pose, all sorts of fun stuff like this. So Maggie, tell me a little bit what it's like just to prepare for a pageant.
It's quite a process. You really you get out of it what you put in, and so that I think that in itself is self-explanatory.
Yeah.
It's a countless hours towards training, so that you can just sort of out of sight, out of mind whenever the moment comes.
Right.
Yeah.
So there's different parts of a pageant. So you have your talent, swimwear, and then you have a night, like a the dress
evening
part.
gown.
There
Yes,
we go.
yes.
So do you have different like almost poses and kind of ways you want to go about walking when you're doing those?
Yes.
Okay.
You want a little bit more upbeat walk. You don't want to be jumpy. You want to be graceful in everything that you do. But with the swimsuit walk, it's a little faster.
Okay.
Not too fast, but fast enough to sort of push. With evening gown, it's your moment on stage. You are the star. All eyes are on you. So you kind of just really want to grace that moment and take your time a little bit, not too much, but you want to milk that time with the judges. Mm-hmm.
Very cool. So I guess we can just dive right into this.
Yes.
We'll see how this goes for me. But
Okay. So first you want to have like proper posture.
Okay.
So I think this will help you and because we work out. So like whenever you're doing an arm exercise, you always kind of, you want to have your chest lifted. And so that's kind of where it starts. You want to have proper posture. It looks good and it makes you look confident. So act like you're kind of like in the middle of that workout, just let your arms sort of relax and lift your chest. And then for the swimsuit walk, we can start with that.
All right.
And there are certain poses with that. We'll just do a really easy one.
Yeah, so you can demo and then you can come back and teach me.
Okay.
We'll go that way.
So it's hippie. There's a lot that goes into it. It's a process, but essentially you just kind of want to let go and, you can open it up. You always have transitions. So basically, you're kind of always moving a little bit.
All right.
And I'm still, I'm always practicing this too.
Right.
You're never truly a pro per se at it. You're still working on it. So you kind of, just relax, take a deep breath, and let your hips sort of go and just walk. So,
all right.
Yes.
All right, and what's your favorite pose for a swimsuit?
I like to do a little open pose.
Okay. So just hand on the hip.
Yeah, you want to put your hand on the hip. So this is falling out. You want to put your hand on the hip.
Okay.
You can also do something like this where you kind of twist a little bit and it closes. Sometimes I revert to that because it's a little bit more flattering in a swimsuit.
Okay. And I know there's sometimes certain ways you want your feet to be.
Yes, the pageant bevel is what people call it. So yeah, you just kind of bevel your foot, which it feels weird.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Yeah. Just kind of, you put some pressure on your toe. So yeah, that's kind of how you do that, and you just sort of smile and wave. Or no, you don't wave, but you just kind of smile.
Just make eye contact.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah. And that's swimsuit. Do we have time for the evening gown?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, evening gown, it's a little slower. You still want to grace the stage. You're just not pushing as hard as you would for swimsuit because you kind of want to just kind of sort of get off.
Right.
And so you're still doing proper posture. You're still smiling. And it's just a bit more, you're still swinging your hips. And so then whenever you get there to the end where you're posing, you just sort of, you keep your arms down. That's kind of the most optimal thing to do.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And you twist. And this is just like the easiest way to break it down. So walking forward and relax, let it go. That's the most important thing to do. It's the way you carry yourself. It's not so much the mechanics behind it all. And act like you know what you're doing, even if you don't. And yeah, just kind of a nice little twist because it makes you look slimmer in your gown.
Love that.
And it's more flattering.
Yeah, and you kind of got to master your feet with the way the dress is, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Every dress is different. So if you have a long train, you might want to circle out of your walk. If you have a nice short dress, you might want to do a little, movement with your material.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. You can just have fun with it and be elegant. The most important part is just to be poised.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you, Maggie, and we will be back real soon.
OCU is that open shot to a winning goal.
Countless rehearsals for one flawless routine.
Learning to serve before trying to lead.
Learning a language everyone can understand. OCU is
Me.
Me.
me,
I'm OCU.
Oklahoma isn't your room. So don't trash it.
Welcome back to Studio 22, everybody. And so we just learned a little bit about pageant walks for Maggie. Thank you for that.
Yes, of course.
Definitely not my expertise, but that's okay.
Yeah, for sure. No, it's okay. You did great. You did great.
We can try it. There's always time for practice.
Yes.
So kind of just a random question, but have you always sang for all of your talents in pageants?
Absolutely. I
Okay.
cannot dance. I cannot do anything else really but sing.
Hey, it works.
Yes. Oh, I love it. I love it. I wouldn't choose anything else because I
Yeah.
love it so much.
Perfect. And you were Miss Tulsa 2017.
Yes, I was.
So tell me a little bit about what it was like being Miss Tulsa as we have just a little bit more time left.
Sure. It was a lot. It was the best experience of my life. It was life-changing in so many different ways. But I learned the most I've ever learned, and I think I grew the most I have ever grown in a period, in a relatively short period of time. I got to travel a lot. I went to 4 different states. I traveled all over Oklahoma. I felt like I was kind of trailing the former Miss Oklahoma of that year. It was so wonderful. Just an incredible experience.
That's awesome.
Yes.
All right, so we have about 15 seconds left. Do you have any quick advice for anyone going into the pageant world?
Don't be afraid to get out there. If you have any desire at all to do it, just throw yourself into it. The more you do, the better practice it is. Experience is your best teacher.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for Maggie for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we will see you next week on Studio 22.